Parsha 101, Haftarah 101. This week's Haftarah is for Parsha's Ki Tavo. And like the last couple of weeks, it is also from the book of Isaiah, the book of Yeshaya. And it's 6 out of 7 of the Haftarahs of comfort, going from Tisha B'Av to Rosh Hashanah. And like the last couple of weeks, it's building. The comfort has been going stronger, and the promise of the redemption and what's going to happen in future time keeps getting more and stronger, etc. And the first verse of this week's Haftarah is the first recorded case, possibly, of rise and shine, because it's Kumi Arech Kiva Arech. Arise and shine your light. Hashem is speaking to the city of Jerusalem. There was a time of darkness for the city of Jerusalem. The world was in darkness, exile, also spiritual darkness. It's time to shine your light. Messianic times. It is time for everything to change. It's also, this sounds a little bit familiar, it's part of the L'chadodi. The L'chadodi prayer that's sung Friday night, a lot of the verbiage is taken from these Haftarahs. So different parts throughout were pulled into that prayer. So Hashem is speaking now to the city of Jerusalem that your sons and daughters will come back. Not just that, the nations of the world will lead them back. They won't just lead them back, they're going to come participate in the rebuilding, and they're going to bring so many gifts and just keep bringing gifts that your gates are never going to close, because there's just going to be so many people coming to just be giving and bringing to your glory and to God's glory. They're going to come to glorify God. They're walking your light to glorify God. And very big light, a lot of light theme. And a lot of it is also the inverse of all the suffering that you went through. Jerusalem, the Jewish people, etc., everything that you went through in the exile and everything that happened to you when you were basically torn apart, it's not just going to be undone and rebuilt, but in greater measure and much more than ever was. And it speaks about, like, they came and they took away your copper, I'm going to bring you gold instead. They took away your iron, I'm going to bring you silver. Took away your wood, I'm going to bring you copper, stones, iron, etc. It also says that at that time, the light that's going to be shining, the brightness of everything, is going to be so much that you're not even going to need the sun anymore for light. You're not going to need the moon for light. God will be your light. And it speaks also about how, like, the days of your mourning, it says the shalmu. You know, like, shalmu means complete, not just ended. And part of that is kind of that complete means that when we fulfill our mission, each one of us do what we're supposed to be doing, that will usher in this time. And then the Haftarah ends off with 2 verses. One is V'amech kulam tzadikin la'olam yirshur aretz ne'etzem atay masayada lispar. This we say for Pirkei Avos, when we say Pirkei Avos during the summer months or from Pesach to Shavuot and onward. And your people, all of them are righteous, and they will inherit the land forever. So part of this is when Messianic times, we're going to have the land of Israel forever and ever and always. And it's also a reference to say that this is showing that your people are righteous. Jewish people at their core, whatever their external behaviors might end up being, at their core they're righteous people. Everyone will merit the world to come. That everyone will be here for this, basically. And it also, God at the end is saying, speaking about, we have all these great promises and great light and everything that's being spoke about. God says, in its time, I will hasten it. Which seems a little bit of a contradiction. Like, in its time, I'm going to hasten it. So one, it could be like, oh, when the time finally comes, I can make sure everything happens very quickly. But another thing that's looked at over here is that one way or another, Mashiach is coming. So either Mashiach is coming in the designated time, or when we all do what we got to do, that at a time of spiritual darkness, we shine light, as in spiritual light, we rise up, we can hasten the redemption. We don't have to wait for time to run out. We can bring Mashiach much sooner than he is supposed to come. And please God, so it shall be speedily now. Amen.